Have you ever stopped to think that time, energy, and even reality itself can be manipulated? Sounds like science fiction, right? But what if I told you there are universal codes that allow you to bend these perceptions and transform your life? The truth is, very few people know these secrets, but those who understand how to apply them end up living in a completely different way. You're about to discover how some simple yet powerful concepts can change your relationship with time and the reality around you. Before we continue, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and leave a like to show your support. Let's explore together these surprising codes that can turn your perception upside down. Have you noticed how the number 4 is present in almost everything? It feels like a secret code of the universe. Let's think together. 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer, fall. 4 cardinal directions: north, south, east, west. And in human life, we have childhood, youth, adulthood, and old age. And the 4 classical elements: earth, water, fire, and air. Coincidence? Hard to believe. It seems the universe likes to organize things in 4 parts. Doesn't it make you wonder if 4 is some kind of cosmic signature showing how everything is interconnected? But the story doesn't stop there. Look, the number 4 even shows up in the structure of our very existence. Science supports this idea too, Town. We have 4 states of matter: solid, liquid, gas, and plasma. Even our own DNA follows this pattern. With 4 bases: adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine, it's as if the very foundation of life dances to this 4-fold rhythm. And if we look even deeper in ancient spiritual and philosophical traditions, 4 always symbolizes stability, balance, and completeness. The more we explore the idea that 4 is present in everything, the stronger it becomes. Now think with me, if the universe is structured this way, could we be missing an important clue? Maybe there's some ancient wisdom, a kind of hidden manual that shows us how to harmonize our lives according to this pattern. What would happen if we started paying more attention to the patterns of 4 around us? Maybe understanding this code could help us find greater balance between natural cycles and our personal journeys. Speaking of balance, have you ever thought about what the 4 elements can reveal about our own human experience? Have you considered that earth, water, fire, and air aren't just symbolic concepts, but essential forces shaping our very existence? Earth brings structure, firmness, and stability. It's the ground beneath our feet, the roots that keep us grounded. Water, on the other hand, flows like our emotions, adapting to situations and carrying away what no longer serves. Fire is the spark of willpower, the determination that drives us to act. And air symbolizes the spirit and breath, the continuous movement that keeps us alive. Now imagine balancing these elements within you: firmness without rigidity, flow without scattering, passion with purpose, and lightness with consistency. But the connection doesn't stop there. In science, this division also shows up in fascinating ways. Think about the states of matter: solid, earth; liquids, water, gas, air; and plasma, fire. Even our DNA follows a 4-fold pattern with its 4 nitrogenous bases. Interesting, right? It's as if life itself is grounded in this 4-fold dynamic. And if you observe closely, even our behaviors reflect it. Sometimes we are solid and determined. Other times we flow like water, adapting. At times we act with the intensity of fire, while in other moments we seek the lightness of air to detach from something. The key insight is noticing when one of these elements is dominating and how to balance them. Want to try something practical? Try this simple exercise. Choose one element and reflect on how it's present in your life today. Do you feel more rigid and stuck in a routine? Earth? Emotional and sensitive? Water? Passionate and restless? Fire? Or scattered and indecisive? Air? Recognizing these traits is the first step to adjusting your inner balance. Maybe it's time to bring a little more fire to reignite your motivation, or some earth to stabilize your decisions. Speaking of balance, have you ever thought about how the 4 states of consciousness can enhance your perception? Have you ever felt like time flies when you're having fun, but drags on when you're bored? That's because time isn't exactly what we think it is. It's not a straight line we follow hand in hand with the calendar. In truth, time is more like a field, a space where the past, present and future coexist. The way you perceive time depends directly on your attention and intention. For example, when you're fully immersed in something enjoyable, time seems to fly. But when you're stuck in a dull routine, every minute feels like an eternity. Fascinating, isn't it? Some spiritual traditions even say the past isn't fixed, it's a frequency we can access. The present is a state of being, and the future is a web of possibilities. This completely changes how we understand reality. Instead of living trapped by the past or anxious about the future, we can focus on the now, the only moment we truly have power over. Practices like meditation and mindfulness help bring the mind into the present, dissolving the illusion of rigid linear time. Have you ever paused for a few minutes just to observe your breath? It helps anchor your awareness in the now. But that doesn't mean ignoring the past or future. When you see time as a field, you learn to shape it. Want a practical example? When you keep a journal, you record memories, but also plant seeds of intention for the future. It's like creating a path across the time field. Try writing your goals as if they're already happening. This shift in perspective can turn your wishes into tangible realities. What if the 4 states of consciousness could deepen this understanding even more? Have you noticed how your mind operates at different rhythms throughout the day? That's because we function through 4 main states of consciousness: beta, alpha, theta, and delta. Beta is the waking state, when we're alert and focused on daily tasks. Alpha is more relaxed, like when we're enjoying music or lightly meditating. Theta goes deeper, connected to the subconscious and creativity, often accessed during deep relaxation or light sleep. Delta is the slowest frequency, linked to deep sleep and healing. Our mind flows through these states, each essential for balancing body and soul. Mastering them might seem complex, but it's actually more natural than it seems. Have you ever been driving and suddenly realized you were on autopilot? That's alpha at work. Or had a brilliant idea just as you were falling asleep. That's theta. And delta, though deep, is essential for recharging energy. Knowing which state you're in helps you adjust. For instance, boosting focus in beta or relaxing into delta before sleep. Guided meditation can help you consciously shift between these states. Now imagine using these states to your advantage. Before an important meeting, how about breathing deeply for a few minutes to shift from frantic beta into a calmer alpha? Or while studying something complex, take breaks and allow theta to process it creatively. The key is using each state at the right time, like a conductor leading your own mental symphony. And if we align these states with the 4 bodies of human experience, the impact could be even deeper. Have you ever thought that we're not just physical beings? In truth, our existence is divided into 4 main bodies: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. The physical body is matter, our connection to the tangible world. The emotional body reflects our feelings, flowing and adapting. The mental body is the fire of thought, generating ideas. And the spiritual body is linked to air, lightness, and connection to something greater. Balancing these 4 bodies is essential for well-being. When one of them is out of alignment, we feel that something isn't right. Like when emotional stress starts affecting physical health. Imagine that your physical body is healthy, but your mind is overwhelmed with worries. The imbalance is clear, isn't it? Now think of the opposite. When the mind is clear and calm, but the body isn't well, that also impacts harmony. That's why it's important to care for all these 4 bodies simultaneously. Practicing physical activities for the physical body, such as walking or yoga, is essential. For the emotional body, self-care techniques and emotional expression help keep the energy flowing. For the mental body, reading and learning are great stimuli, while spiritual practices, like meditation and contemplation, strengthen the spiritual body. Want a simple exercise to balance the 4 bodies? Set aside a moment of your day for a self-care ritual. Walk outdoors, physical body. Listen to music that touches your soul, emotional body. Read an inspiring passage, mental body. And finally, take 1 minute of silence to connect with your inner self, spiritual body. This simple practice helps harmonize the different dimensions of your existence. And speaking of balance, can we apply this concept to transform our perception of reality? Let's get straight to the point. Did you know there are 4 keys that can literally double your perception of reality? The first one is understanding that time is a construct. That's right. That old concept that time is a straight line is nothing but an illusion. When you realize that time is more like a flexible field than a rigid sequence, you open space to experience life more fluidly. For example, when you fully focus on the present, the task that once felt endless suddenly flies by. The secret lies in how you perceive and connect with the present moment. The second key is simple yet powerful. Energy flows where attention goes. Have you noticed that when you focus on a problem, it seems to grow in size? That happens because your attention is feeding it. Now imagine the opposite, focusing on solutions, on good things, on the small daily wins. It's like your energy is building the reality around you. Practicing daily gratitude, for example, isn't just a motivational cliche. It's a method to channel your energy toward what truly matters, and that brings real results in your life. The third key is a deep reminder: the universe is within you. This means your internal perception shapes the external world. If you believe life is hard and full of obstacles, guess what? You'll find barriers everywhere. But if you start believing that you're capable, that abundance is within your reach, your reality begins to align with that belief. The final key is understanding that the matrix of reality only exists if you consent to it. In other words, social and mental limitations only have power over you if you accept those assumptions as absolute truths. Question, explore, and create your own version of what's possible. And what if these keys were applied to shape your perception of time and consciousness in a practical way? So which of the 4 keys caught your attention the most? Have you noticed how these concepts can truly transform your perception of reality? Tell us in the comments which key you plan to apply first and why. If you liked this video, leave a like, share it with someone who would also enjoy this content, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the notifications so you don't miss the upcoming videos. And one more thing, don't leave before watching the video. Showing on your screen right now, it will expand your understanding of these mysteries of reality even further. I'm Mentes Despertus, and I'll see you at the next awakening.